Hey, everybody. Good morning, and thank you for joining me for What You Got, where we start each day with compassion, purpose, and a reminder that healing begins when someone feels seen. Every morning gives us a chance to show up for each other in ways that truly do matter. And it allows us to answer one very simple question. Hey, what you got?
Hi, friends, it's me, Barry. Good morning. It is a great day to come together and ask the question, what you got?
So, I'm going to kind of get through this because today is day 2 of the draft, and I'm a little wiped out from watching last night, everything that happened. So I'm pretty excited as a Devils fan. Of course, that's because it's 2 weeks or 2 months till the season starts. So my dreams have not been crushed yet by, Jack Hughes getting hurt or so-and-so missing training camp or goaltending, doing goaltending things for New Jersey. We, for some reason, had the greatest goaltender of all time at one point in our history, and now we can't figure it out. So we'll see what happens. But some days call us to slow down. Some days call us to listen. And some days call us to stand beside the people who carry more than they've ever asked for. Today is one of those days. Today is about presence, it's about understanding, and it's about how honoring the strength it takes to keep moving forward when the world has left a mark that no one else can see. So do me a favor, take a breath with me, settle in, and let's walk through this day with intention and with heart. Because today is PTSD Awareness Day, a day dedicated to understanding, supporting, and standing with those who carry invisible wounds. Today is one of those really, really important days because we are 7 days from, in my mind, one of the most exciting holidays in the United States. It's a holiday I've always loved. It's a holiday I've always honored. But it's a holiday that scares me because you have men and women who struggle with it. They struggle with the meaning. They struggle with the fireworks. They struggle with the, other people being happy and together. They struggle with the alcohol. They struggle with just so much. These fireworks, they're fun. I'm beautiful. I love them. I do. I love fireworks. I always have. But this is the best chance to get to know your neighbor. First off, it's kind of nice for your neighbor to know who in the hell is trying to burn down their house. But more importantly, it's a time for you to be able to ask your neighbor, hey, we're going to do some fireworks. Is there anything that we need to know for you? Is there anything that we can do to, make sure that we're not hurting you in any way? And let's be honest. If they say, look, I'm sorry, I panic over fireworks. Ladies and gentlemen, move the party to someone else's house. I beg of you. Don't cause a crash where a crash doesn't need to be. PTSD can come from combat, trauma, loss, or life-changing experiences that leave a lasting mark. It can come from moments that happen in an instant or moments that lasted way too long. It doesn't look the same for everyone, and it doesn't follow a predictable path. Healing's not linear. It's not tidy, and it's not quick, and it's not the same for everyone. Something that you may celebrate may be traumatic for someone else. Respect someone else's feelings, their fears, their traumas. You don't have to just because someone is different than you, that does not make them a mutant. It just makes them somebody that you can learn from. Look, as a heavy metal guy, one of the things that I used to do as a kid, I had my music loud all the time. It was loud, it was abrasive, it was mean. Some of it was very controversial. Some of it was very, there was a heavy satanic message in it. Yeah, sure. Some of it was just flat out annoying as hell. I remember listening to some music that the only reason I listened to it was because other people would come over, they would listen to it, and how can you listen to this stuff? It's great, I love it. Deep down, I didn't even really like it, but it's great, I love it. This is the greatest stuff ever. Rah, rah, rah. Is what it is. As I've grown up, I got it on headphones. You know what? I still listen to it loud. I've, got the one good ear. So I can only hear half the channels, coming through. I talked about going to the concert the other day with my son where, I got a chance to relive what it was like to have that kick drum basically take and restart my heart. It felt so good to be that close to the music that I've loved for years. But now, I'll play it loud when I'm in the truck, but when I get to a stop sign, I turn it down. First off, I don't need to show off for anybody. I remember being on my motorcycle. It didn't matter how much I turned it down. People still heard it, and it was still quite shocking to some people. But I had a decent stereo on my bike, and I remember pulling up to some people, and as a matter of fact, I remember pulling up next to my little brother, and he was the only one there, so I didn't turn it down much. And he told me, "Hey," and he goes, I was like, "Yeah, what's up?" And he goes, "Those people are so pissed off. What are you listening to?" I was like, well, awesomeness. It was Whitechapel. I remember that. So, wonderful, wonderful band. But here's what matters the most. No one should face it alone. Okay? People honor this day by learning the signs, offering support, and reminding those who struggle that their pain is real, their story matters, and that help is always within reach. Today is a reminder that compassion is not optional. It's essential. It's a lifeline. It's a bridge between someone's silent suffering and their first step toward healing. I want to tell you real quick a story that I never in a million years would think happened, but it happened, okay? People have like traumas over bees or over insects. One of my mother's very, very best friends fell into a nest, into, I believe it was a hornet's nest. And none of us want to fall into a hornet's nest. They sting. They're little buzzing a-holes. They continue to sting. Those stings itch. They're painful. All this stuff. But the trauma of these insects ended up causing brain damage to this lady. Not a little. Severe brain damage to her. To where it was a complete and total change on who she was. She went from a quote-unquote healthy woman of about the late 50s range to a woman who needed assistance to do anything. Insect bites and the trauma. So that's why we say, if somebody's having trauma with something, don't joke around with it. Their trauma is real. If you're someone who carries these wounds, hear this. You're not broken. You're not weak. And you're not alone. You're a human being who survived something that tried to take too much from you. And you deserve support, understanding, and peace. Our featured partner today is one of our mission partners. We highlight the Veterans Ranch, an organization that uses equine therapy to help veterans and their families find peace, connection, and healing. Horses have a remarkable ability to sense emotion, build trust, and create calm. They do not judge. They do not rush. They simply meet people where they are. The Veterans Ranch uses that connection to help veterans work through trauma, rebuild confidence, and rediscover hope. Their mission is simple: help veterans and their families heal through the power of horses and community. But that simple does not mean small. Their work changes lives. Their work restores families. Their work gives people a place to breathe again. You can learn more at communitypayitforward.us, or you can scan this QR code and it'll take you directly to their page. Their website is theveteransranch.org. As always, you can always reach out to me personally, Zach, Z-A-K, at communitypayitforward.us. June is also National Camping Month, a celebration of fresh air, quiet nights, and the healing power of nature. And this works out as a perfect tie, because camping gives people a chance to step away from the noise, the stress, and constant pressure. It offers a space to breathe, reflect, and reconnect with the world around them. The world gets quieter. The mind gets clearer. The heart gets lighter. And here's the connection. Many veterans and trauma survivors find peace outdoors. The stillness of a campsite, the rhythm of a crackling fire, the community of open skies. Nature has a way of grounding us, reminding us that healing is possible and that we are part of something bigger. For some, the outdoors becomes a sanctuary, a place where the weight they carry feels a little less heavy. A place where the world slows down enough for the heart to catch up. Whether it's a weekend trip or an overnighter, none of that matters. And one of the things that the Veterans Ranch does is they do these trips with their veterans. They take and they grab these horses and they go on these trips, and the veterans ride out there. They maintain and give the support that their horses need, and that becomes a partnership. That becomes a situation where you need me, I need you. It's very important, and it works beautifully. So, camping is always one of my favorite things, and I think I talked about this earlier in the week. Camping is, as me, I'm not a religious person, I'm a very spiritual person, but being out in the woods, that is where I feel closer to any creator you want to put in your mouth. I never feel closer and more peace than I do. And I'll tell you this, for me, jumping on an iron horse, going up into the mountains, is most assuredly a great day for me. Nature has a way of grounding us and reminding us that healing is possible when we are part of something bigger. So remember, outdoors can become a sanctuary, a place where the weight they carry feels less heavy, a place where the world slows down enough for the heart to catch up. Whether it's a weekend trip or a simple moment outside, nature can be a powerful partner in a healing journey. And today is a reminder to step into that space, even if only for a moment. Our What You Got question of the day: where is a place in nature that brings you peace? A trail, a lake, a campsite, a backyard. Share it with us so we can inspire others to find our own quiet place. Please also like, share, subscribe. Let's share this with other people. Let's get their answers. Our daily challenge is to reach out to a veteran or someone who may be struggling. A simple message can remind them that they are not alone. And take a moment today to step outside. Let nature give you a breath of calm. Let the world remind you that healing is possible. Make sure you ask that neighbor. We're going to be lighting off fireworks. Are you okay with this? Be kind, folks. Most people are going to say yes. If they say no, there's a real reason why. Thank you for being here. Thank you for choosing compassion. Thank you for being part of the mission that reminds people they're never alone. Carry gentleness with you today, and I will see you tomorrow for another moment of connection, another chance to lift our community together right here on What You Got. My name is Zach Clayton. Community Pay It Forward, the Come Together Compass, and the Pact Podcasting Networks, saying, if you are not helping someone, you're hurting everyone. Please remember, no one needs to go it alone when we all come together. Please love someone out there because someone out here loves you. I'll see you tomorrow, right here on What You Got.